Welcome to another Sudoku-DICAS, video 76, Moderate Sudoku explained step by step. Here we have a Sudoku with only 22 given clues. This already tells us that it won't be a piece of cake. We'll have some challenges ahead. I chose this Sudoku for those who are starting with Sudokus and want to learn how to solve puzzles with logical reasoning, step by step. Accept the challenge, and I guarantee that by reaching the end of the puzzle, you will have acquired enough knowledge to solve most Sudokus without resorting to trial and error. Recalling, here we have our board, which we'll call the grid, consisting of 81 cells. We'll have 9 blocks, each formed by a group of 9 cells. These blocks are grouped into horizontal segments and vertical segments. There are 9 rows, from A to J, and 9 columns, from 1 to 9. The initial numbers are our clues or data. The objective is to complete the puzzle by filling the entire grid with numbers from 1 to 9, without any repetition in rows, columns, or blocks. I highlighted the number 1 in green, and the cells in yellow show where there could be another candidate 1. Respecting the described rules. In block 7, the candidate 1 can only go to 2 cells in the bottom row. So they are mutually exclusive, meaning if I find out that one of them is true, I'll know the other one was false. Let's progressively analyze the candidates from 1 to 9. Now, number 2. In blocks 3 and 8, it can only go to 2 cells. I wrote it in block 8 and intentionally left it out in block 3. Try not to make mistakes when solving Sudokus. Candidate 3. It can go to these cells. Since there are more than 2 alternatives in each block, I won't write them down. Candidate 4. Available cells in yellow. 2 alternatives in block 1. In block 9, also, it can only go to 2 cells. If there are 2 possibilities and they are aligned, like here in column 9, it forms a pointing pair that will exclude another 4 from the rest of the column. When there are 3 possibilities, but they are aligned, like in row F, we can also exclude them from the rest of that row. It won't be possible to write it down in block 5 since there are 3 alternatives, but we can exclude it from this row in block 6. With only 1 cell remaining, we have the solution. Solution for E8 is 4. Candidate 5. Since there are many possibilities, don't write it down. Candidate 6. 2 possibilities in block 4 and they are aligned. Pointing pair that excludes it from this column. As there are 3 alternatives left in block 1, don't write it down. Candidate 7. It can go to many cells. Candidate 8. In block 7, it can only go to the left column, excluding it from the rest of the column. In block 3, it goes to the top row. In block 5, it goes to the left column. Candidate 9. Because they are aligned in block 5, we can exclude it from the pink cell and determine that the solution for E9 is 9. Which, in turn, excludes from the rest of this column. Thus, the solution for J8 is 9. Leaving only 2 alternatives in blocks 7 and 8. We have scanned the candidates from 1 to 9. And now, look for well-populated shelters. A shelter is the sum of the cells that make up a particular unit. I highlighted row B in column 8. If I add up all the cells in block 3, I will have the shelter of B8. Cell B8, it cannot be 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. It can be 6. It cannot be 7, 8, or 9. In other words, 6 is the solution for B8. See the impact of inserting this 6 in the grid. All these candidates can now be filled. Now let's see the shelter of J4. It cannot be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. It can be 7. It cannot be 8 or 9. So, it can only shelter the number 7. Any new information in the grid must be evaluated for its consequences. We found that 7 can occupy these yellow cells. Shelter of J5 under analysis. It cannot be 1 or 2. It can be 3, but not 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. The solution for J5 is 3. And the consequences must be noted and re-evaluated. And re-evaluated several times. Having exhausted our search for solutions and cells with 2 candidates, we will have to start filling the grid where there are only 3 cells left, then 4 cells, and so on. Block 8, candidates missing. 2, 4, and 9. 4 and 9 cannot go to row J. 4 and 9 will occupy the last 2 cells. In column 8, candidate 2 can only go to A8. 7 and 8 will occupy the pink cells. In the right segment, candidate 2 is restricted to the yellow cells. In the upper segment, there's an 8 in the middle row and another 8 in the bottom row. An 8 is missing in the top row, in cell A9. In block 9, the 8 will have to go to one of the blue cells. To facilitate visualization, I will color the cells that are already defined in blue. In lilac, the exclusion pairs. And we will continue searching for units with 3 missing candidates. Block 3, candidates missing, 1, 3, and 7. The 7 cannot go to row B. Column 6, candidates missing, 1, 4, and 9. Consider the exclusions from the orange cells. Now the units that require 4 candidates. Candidate 8 cannot go in block 6 because there's the exclusion pair, 7, 8. It cannot go to the orange cell due to the other 8 in B2. And it cannot go to E1 due to the pointing pair of H1 and J1. The only yellow cell left for 8 in this row. This is the last hidden candidate. Now let's analyze candidate 7. Excluded from the lilac cell by the exclusion pair, 7, 8. Excluded from E2 by the orange 7. Only the yellow cell remains for 7 in this row. Last hidden candidate. 2 cells remain for candidates 1 and 5. Now the block -6 to 4 empty cells and missing candidates. 1, 3, 5, and 6. Block 4 with 4 cells to fill. Consider the exclusions from the orange cell candidates. Let's look at block -5 to 6 empty cells. Missing 1, 4, 5, 7, 8, and 9. Consider the exclusions from the orange cells. Block 2, missing candidates 1, 4, 5, 6, and 9. Consider the exclusions. Row J, missing candidates 1, 5, 6, and 8. Block 7, consider the exclusions from the intersections with the highlighted cells. Block 9, same routine. Block 1 has only candidate 8, missing 8 candidates. Cell A3, the orange 7 and the pointing pair with the 7 leave only this cell for 7 in this block. Cell A1 can only receive 1, 5, or 6. Cell A2 can only receive 4 or 6. Cell B1 can only receive 1, 3, or 5. Cell B3 can only receive 1, 3, 5, or 9. Cell C1 can only receive 1, 2, 3, or 6. Cell C2 can only receive 2, 3, 4, 6, or 9. Cell C3 can only receive 1, 2, 3, 7, or 9. The entire grid has been filled with the possible candidates. I will highlight the clues, and you will try to find the solution. To do this, use pause and play, stop and go. What's the clue in the highlighted column? Did you see it? Exclusion pair 1, 5. Exclude 1 and 5 from the rest of the column. Remove the candidate 7. Find the highlighted clue. Stop and go. Still didn't find it? Stop and go again. Notice that the pair 3, 6 appears alone in D2 and 2, 3, 6 in F2. Notice that 6 only appears in the central column of block 4. Remove another 6 from this column. Solution for A2 is 4. Remove other 4 from A2's shelter. Solution for A4 is 5. Remove other 5 from A4's shelter. What's the clue? Stop and go. Now 5 and 7 only appear in 2 cells in this column. This is an occult exclusion pair. One cell will be occupied by 5 and the other by 7. There is no space for any other candidate in these 2 cells. Remove the intruders, 9 and 4. Look at the relationship of candidate 9 in row B. Notice that they are mutually exclusive. Either there will be a blue 9 or an orange 9. There is no other option. Now the relationship of the green 9 with the yellow 9. They are mutually exclusive as well. In row H, the 9s are also mutually exclusive. Within blocks 7 and 8, the 9s are also mutually exclusive. They are also mutually exclusive in row G. They are also mutually exclusive in column 6. They are also mutually exclusive in row D. In column 4, they are also mutually exclusive. And then, What's the conclusion? Stop and go. So we have two mutually exclusive sets, the green and the yellow. If one exists, the other will not, and vice versa. And the final conclusion? If I say that the 9 of C2 exists, then I conclude that the 9 of C4, necessarily, also exists. In this case, I will have two candidate 9s in the same row. Impossible. Conclusion: I can exclude all candidates from the green set. This was the advanced strategy, simple colored. Solution for C4 is 4. Remove 4 from its shelter. Solution for D6 is 1. Remove 1 from its shelter. Solutions for F6 and F5 will be 4. Remove 4 from their shelter. Solution for F4 is 8. Remove 8 from its shelter. Promote 7 as the solution for F8 and H9. Promote the blue 9 and the pink 8. Promote the pink 5. Remove 5 from the pink cells. Promote 7. We forgot to exclude this pink 4. Correct it now. New highlighted clue. I think you don't even need to pause the video. Exclude 1 and 3 from this cell. Confirm the 6. And remove it from the pink cells. Confirm 5 as the solution for J9. Remove 5 from its shelter. Promote 1, 2, and 4. Remove the blue 1 and the pink 2. Promote 5 and 8. Remove the orange 5 and the pink 8. Promote 1, 2, 3, and 6. Remove pink 1, orange 2, blue 3. Promote the unique candidates. Remove pink 2 and blue 5. Promote the unique candidates. Remove blue 3 and pink 1. Promote 1 and remove it from the pink cells. Remove orange 6. Routine. Update the grid. Promote. Thank you for watching the video. See you next time.